When you think of U.S. federal agencies whose employees are regularly armed, the FBI, Secret Service, or Department of Homeland Security come to mind. But the Inflation Reduction Act, which passed the Senate and now requires a vote in the House, could see more guns going to the IRS. About $80 billion is going to the IRS for increased enforcement, operational improvements, customer service, and modernizing the agency's antiquated computer systems. The biggest chunk of the money, $45.6 billion, will be for increased enforcement, which is a main goal of Democrats after years of shrinking IRS staff and less audit and collection activity.
I think people can fairly expect a lot more audits, more sort of lengthy audits, more serious collection activity. I mean, those are things that I think I would expect. I think the enforcement one is, for most people, kind of the most, the most frightening, because we don't really know how far it will go.
Democrats argue the increased investment is needed to make sure corporations and high net worth Americans are paying what they owe in taxes after a decade of declining audit rates. But Republicans are sounding the alarm of government overreach and are concerned a beefed up IRS will lead to more harassment of small business owners. In response to the IRS purchasing nearly $700,000 worth of ammunition earlier this year, Republicans Matt Gaetz and Jeff Duncan introduced the Disarm the IRS Act to stop the IRS from buying more bullets. According to a 2017 report from the Government Accountability Office, the IRS had almost 4,500 guns and just over 5 million rounds of ammunition in its armory.
Are these 87,000 new IRS agents actually for auditing billionaires? Welcome to another installment of Connecticut Gun Bench. Today's video is brought to you by P.A.N. Firearms, LLC, P.A.N. Firearms for NRA certification and multifaceted gun training. You can reach us at 203-300-6343 or use our website at www.panfirearmsllc.com. As always, there'll be a link in the description box below. And let's talk about this. If you remember, a couple of days ago, I did a video that was about the IRS and the new agents that they were hiring, and it depicted a training scenario of a simulated arrest. And well, if you remember that video, there were just tactical mistakes, gun safety mistakes on top of gun safety mistakes on top of tactical mistakes. I have come across another video. This was the IRS actually trying to recruit. What they do is they go to colleges and try to recruit people who are in accounting majors and what have you. This was at Dixie State University back in March. This is Dixie State University is in Utah. And I'm not playing the whole thing, it's 6 minutes, but I just want to pull some pieces out of here. I want you to see basically the attitude, because you're talking about people who are 18, 19, 20, 21 years old who are being given authority. And it's quite disturbing, actually. But let's go ahead and watch that, and then I'll come back and fill you in some. Let's see what we got here.
No, these aren't actual police officers. They're students posing as special agents for the IRS, arresting a man who is wanted for tax evasion.
Who are you guys? What is this?
We're the IRS. You're under arrest. You're going to jail, buddy.
Most people don't even know that the IRS has criminal investigators who use their accounting skills and their authority as a special IRS agent to help solve tax crimes.
We are the only agency that can work investigations regarding tax evasion and other tax-related offenses.
The Adrian Project has been helping advertise the IRS Special Agents CI's roles for the past 15 years by visiting different schools around the nation.
It was named after Adrian University because that was the first place it happened at. There were a public information officer in Detroit, Michigan, who came up with it.
During the training, special agents wear protective vests, use handcuffs, toy guns, and radios to communicate with their counterpart agents on the case.
My gun, handcuffs.
Ammunition, handcuffs, and first aid is generally what everybody wears, and then it just depends on the individual and what else they want to carry.
And no tasers.
No tasers.
That feels weird.
How's it feel?
Heavy.
The students took turns being handcuffed and doing the arresting.
And up, because you're going to try to stick it on in the wrist, right here. And you want it on a, if you can hit something hard, just do a nice quick, so that happens, so that you don't have to mess with. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And in the end, they're taught how to use their skills and finally arrest the mock offender.
But you want to identify, hey, police, we're here with an arrest warrant. We're going to be taking you to jail today, okay? That's what they want to know, because they're going to start asking questions like I did. Who are you? What are you doing? Why are you putting me in cuffs? What did I do?
Many students say it's satisfying to know you've taken down those who have cheated the financial system using taxpayers' dollars.
Once you steal money from the government, you're going down. Down.
Okay, you saw that and you heard that. Right off the jump, the attitude. You seen the one woman there with a finger on the trigger going, I got my cuffs, I got my gun. She's got a finger on the trigger. Immediately you got to start to wonder this bravado that they're going into this in. And just keep in mind, notice that the person that they're arresting, the person that is in the arrest situation, he's not a billionaire who's flying his private jet around. This is just some guy who's a landscaper. So this whole notion that this is going to be about arresting billionaires and auditing their finances makes me wonder otherwise. But I want to get real quick. I want to run through this. This is in the Western Journal. Watch IRS coaching college students on how to take down small business owners, because the guy is a landscaper. He's not a billionaire. But the Internal Revenue Service is recruiting college students by giving them a taste of what it feels like to take down a tax evader. But Republican Tom Massey of Kentucky has doubts that the recruitment initiative is going to benefit the American people. He shared a clip of an April report on what the IRS has dubbed the Adrian Project. Quote, in case you thought the IRS needed 87,000 more agents to help you with your tax returns and audit billionaires, watch this. Highlights from the IRS Adrian Recruiting Project, he tweeted on Wednesday. In case you thought the IRS needed, this is a quote from the tweet itself, in case you thought the IRS needed 87,000 more agents to help you with your tax returns and audit billionaires, watch this. Highlight from the IRS Adrian Recruiting Project. You heard one person speak of what the Adrian Project was all about. But, quote, notice a scenario in this IRS recruiting program is taking down a landscape business owner who failed to properly report how he paid for his vehicles, not taking down a billionaire who uses the corporate jet for private trips, Massey added on Friday. The recruitment event highlighted in the video took place at Dixie State University in St. George, Utah. It was reported by the university's community education channel. In one exercise, students played armed IRS agents arresting a landscaper wanted for purchasing vehicles with unreported income. You're going to jail, buddy, one of the students said playfully. Special Agent Elizabeth Lamb told the Community Education Channel that IRS criminal investigators have regular trainings in firearms building entry and that their work includes doing search warrants or making arrests. The IRS website describes the Adrian Project as a recruiting tool that's designed to make working for the IRS seem interesting. Quote, for years, IRS criminal investigation field officers have brought the Adrian Project to college and university campuses nationwide, the site states. Classes participate in a day-long simulation of mock criminal investigation. Students are sworn in as special agents in the morning and wear IRS protective vests, use handcuffs, toy guns, and radios to communicate with their counterpart agents on the case. The students sharpen their forensic accounting skills and are introduced to interviewing suspects, conducting surveillance, and document analysis. The day ends when the students solve the crime and arrest the mock offenders. Showing students how to take down a landscaper has taken on a new meaning now that the IRS, thanks to the so-called Inflation Reduction Act, is set to hire 87,000 new agents. Joe Hinchman, Executive Vice President of the National Taxpayers Union Foundation, said that means small business owners being arrested is likely to become the norm, according to a New York Post report from August 15th. The IRS will have to target small and medium businesses because they won't fight back, he said. If you saw my last video, that's exactly what I said. You know, you go after these billionaires. These billionaires have an office of people who do nothing but accounting, who do nothing but taxes. The small business owner either has one accountant or is doing it themselves, you know, TurboTax, what have you. And if you scoop them up in accusations of tax fraud, they don't have the resources to fight back. That's why they want to do this. They've said it before. It's not about billionaires. But we are committed to truth and accuracy in all our journalism. This is from the Western Journal. So, you saw all that. Once, like I said before, you saw the bravado of these students as they grabbed the guy. You're going to jail, buddy. Hey, if you cheat the government out of, you steal from the government, we're coming for you. Well, excuse me, the government steals from us on a regular basis. Okay? It's really shameful that they're inflating the egos of these children to go out and then, basically manipulate the rights of people for the sake of the government. It's almost, the brown shirts. You just can't help but think, and the biggest problem is that this administration is notorious for using the alphabet agencies to silence their political opponents or to attack them. This cannot be seen as any differently, as this is just an expansion of the IRS to do this. But they're taking untrained people and arming them and putting them in what could potentially be dangerous situations. And that's worrisome because people are going to get hurt on both sides. And it reminds me, imagine this. This is a scenario, they go to arrest somebody allegedly for, tax fraud, whatever it may be. And that person does not go quietly. And it turns into a problem. And people are killed, including IRS agents. It reminds me of you. It's funny how I go back to this. The movie Braveheart. Remember the magistrate, the local magistrate, when he had his wife up against the pole, and he said an attack on the king's soldiers is attack on the king himself, when he ended up slitting her throat. Same thing. You harm one of these agents, whether it be their own fault, mishandling, whatever the reasons may be, you harm one of them, they're immediately going to say you're attacking a federal agent, and it's going to get nasty. I could just see this thing escalating to the point where a person who it could be wrongfully accused refuses to obey, and refuses, and it escalates to somebody getting hurt. And then they use it as a stepping stool to then further weaponize other alphabet agencies and use them in the same manner. We've seen them do this. This worries me greatly, and that's why I decided to make a second video on it with this additional footage that I came across. They're setting these people up to fail with this program, and somebody's going to get hurt. It's going to kick off into something even worse, whether it be a civilian aspect of it or a government aspect of it. It's going to get worse. But let me know what you think. As always, you can leave your comments in the comment section below. And as always, any statements of violence or statements that lead to violence will be removed. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're notified the next time a video goes live. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.